Richie, bullets and broadheads. Just going to give you a little quick difference of the G4s and G3s. What's the biggest difference that people notice in them? This is a Gen 3 Glock 19. They did change the recoil springs on these to a dual recoil spring. And besides the back straps and everything else that goes with the Glock, the new Glocks Gen 4s, I'm going to show you one thing that I was watching the Army channel the other day. He said he noticed something with his trigger. She's a little stiffer or a little, not as smooth. And there's a reason behind that. And I'm going to show you what it is. Here's a Gen 3. Look at right here. See this part? See how it's smooth? There's no bumps. It's just right here in this ear. See that? This is a Gen 3. Look at the Gen 4s. See that little bump? That little bump causes a slight harder trigger pull. Now I have seen videos of people filing this down to smooth out the trigger. But that is the reason why people notice the difference in the trigger. That little ball, indentation on there. There's a Gen 4. You can see that. Okay. Gen 3. So that's the difference that people are noticing in the trigger. So otherwise, the recoil springs, the Gen 4s are good. Don't be hesitant on getting them. Especially the Glock 26 or 27. It's pretty much the same design. Like I went over the extended, the bigger, I shouldn't say extended, the bigger magazine and the back straps. But the biggest difference is that trigger. And people who shoot Glocks notice it. I mean, I noticed it right away. I was like, let me see what this is about. So that's the reason why you feel a difference in the trigger between the Gen 3 and Gen 4. I'm not saying the fireless little bump out. Oops, sorry about that. But I leave it. I have no problem with the trigger, but some people do notice it. Some people don't like it. So that is the biggest difference. So if you're wondering what's the big difference between Gen 3 and Gen 4, it's on the larger guns, it's the recoil range, but the trigger is probably what people are noticing the most. And it's because of that little ball. So take a look at your Gen 3s and your Gen 4s if you have one, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Or vice versa. If you have a Gen 4, you'll see the little bump. If you have a Gen 3, you'll see that little smooth, how smooth it is over there. And that's it. The magazines, are interchangeable. The 19 fits in the Gen 4s. Gen 3s fits in the Gen 4 magazines. No issues with that. So a little tip on the big differences between Gen 3s and Gen 4s is that little thing on the trigger. And it does, some people do notice it. And if you shoot Glocks, the Gen 3s a lot, you'll notice it on a Gen 4. That's it, little tip, trigger difference. Alright, bullets and broadheads. This is really, I'm going to dedicate this one to Pete at the Army channel. He noticed the difference right away. And that's it. Over and out. Bullets and broadheads. Take care, people.